I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. Today we are going to talk about the evolution of computer. So, a generation in computer terminology is a change in technology on a computer is or was being used. So, in this video, you are gonna learn from early calculating device to the modern computer. So, my dear student, stay connected and keep watching this video till end because the question which I am giving you, it belongs from your chapter, means from this video. So, keep watching. All the best.
Evolution of computers. The early years. The first counting device was the abacus. Originally from Asia, it worked on a place value notation, meaning that the place of a bead or rock on the apparatus determined how much it was worth. You can see the first one is a Roman abacus and the second picture of Russian abacus. Next is Napier's bones. It was introduced in 1600s. Napier bones is a manually operated calculating device created by John Napier of Merchiston for calculation of products and quotient of numbers. Pascaline. It was introduced in 1642. Blaise Pascal invented the mechanical calculator called pascaline. This calculating device or this calculating machine could add and subtract two numbers directly and multiply and divide by repetition. You can see the image of pascaline designed by Blaise Pascal. Next is difference engine. It was introduced in 1812 by Charles P. Babbage. Charles P. Babbage is known as the father of the computer, designed a machine. The difference engine, which would be steam powered, fully automatic and commanded by a fixed instruction program. Next is Ada Lovelace. 1840s. Ada Lovelace, world's first computer programmer, provided the first algorithm intended to be processed by Charles Babbage's early mechanical general purpose computer. It's called the analytic engine. She suggested that a binary system should be used for storage rather than the decimal system. Booleans logic. 1850s. George Boole developed Booleans logic, which would later be used in the design of computer circuitry. With the help of Venn diagrams for conjunction, disjunction and complement. Boolean's logic, it was designed for the computer circuitry. Next is Haldrith Tabulator. It was introduced in 1890s. Dr. Herman Haldrith introduced the first electromechanical punched card data processing machine, which was used to compile information for the 1890 US Census. Haldrith Tabulator became so successful that he started his own business to market it. His company would eventually become International Business Machines, and it's known as IBM. At the down, you can see Haldrith card puncher used by the United States Census Bureau. Next came vacuum tube in 1906. The vacuum tube is invented by American physicist Lee D. Frost. The first picture is the tripody vacuum tube, which was created by Lee D. Forest. Next is turning machine. It was introduced in 1943. British mathematician Alan Turing developed a hypothetical device, the turning machine, which would be designed to perform logical operation and could read and write. The first picture you can see here is the model of turning machine. Next is Harvard Mark I. Howard Aiken, in collaboration with engineers from IBM, constructed a large automatic digital sequence controlled computer called the Harvard Mark I. This computer could handle all 4 mathematical operations and had special built-in programs for logarithm and trigonometric functions. Anik. The giant Anik. The full form of Anik is Electrical Numerical Integrator and Calculator. It is a machine was developed by John W. Mickley and J. Presper Eckert and Jr. at the University of Pennsylvania. It used 18,000 vacuums, punch card input, weight 30 tons, and occupied a 30 by 50 foot space. You can see here this was the oldest Anik which was discovered by these scientists. Now let's talk about the generation. As we all know, there are 5 generations of computer which starts from 1951. So the first generation starts from 1951 to 1959. 1951, Mauchly and Eckert built the UNIVAC 1, the first computer designed and sold commercially specifically for business data processing application. In 1950s, Dr. Grace Murray Hopper developed the UNIVAC 1 compiler. Later on in 1957, the programming language Fortran, that is Formula Translator, was designed by John Abacus, an IBM engineer. Now integrated circuit. Jack St. Clara Kilby and Robert Noincy of Texas Instrument manufactured the first integrated circuit or chip, which is a collection of tiny little transistors. The first picture showing is first IC, that is first integrated circuit, and the second picture, which contain a small glass structure, is a first transistor. Next is second generation, which starts from 1959 to 1965. 1960s, Gene Atom designed the IBM System 360 series of mainframe G computers, the first general purpose digital computer to use integrated circuits. 1961, Dr. Hooper was instrumental in developing the COBOL. It full form, Common Business Oriented Language, Programming Language. Next, in 1963, Ken Oslin, founder of DEC, produced the PDP first, the first mini computer. And in 1965, BASIC, that is Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, programming language developed by Dr. Thomas Kurtz and Dr. John Canmay. Let's come to the third generation, that is 1965 to 1971. 1969, the Internet is started. In 1970, Dr. Ted Hoff developed the famous Intel 4004 microprocessor chip. In 1971, Intel released the first microprocessor and a specialized integrated circuit which was able to process 4 bits of data at a time. It also included its own arithmetic logic unit, Pascal. A structured programming language was developed by Nicholas Wright. Next came a fourth generation from 1971 to the present time. In 1975, Ad Robert, the father of the microprocessor, designed the first microprocessor or microcomputer, the Altair 8800, which was produced by Micro Instrumentation and Telemetry Systems. In short, it is MITS. The same year, two young hackers, William Gates and Paul Allen, approached MITS and promised to deliver the basic compiler. So they did, and from the sale, Microsoft was born. In 1976, Cary developed the Cary 1 supercomputer. Apple Computer Inc. was introduced or founded by Steve Jobs and Stephen Hawking. In 1977, Jobs and Hawkins designed and built the first Apple II microcomputer. Now, in 1970 and 1980, IBM offers Bill Gates the opportunity to develop the operating system for its new IBM personal computer. Microsoft has achieved tremendous growth and success today due to the development of MS-DOS. Apple III was also released. Now 1981, the IBM PC was introduced with a 16-bit microprocessor. In 1984, Apple introduced the Macintosh computer, which incorporated a unique graphical interface, making it easy to use. The same year, IBM released the 28680. It is also a computer. 1986, Compaq released the Desk Pro 386 computer, the first to use the 80036 microprocessor. Next, in 1987, IBM announced the OS/2 operating system technology. In 1988, a non-destructive worm was introduced into the Internet network, bringing thousands of computers to a halt. Then in 1989, the Intel 486 became the world's first 1 lakh transistor microprocessor. Now in 1993, the Energy Star program endorsed by the Environmental Protection Agency, that is EPA, encouraged manufacturers to build computer equipment that meet power consumption guidelines. When guidelines are met, equipment displays the Energy Star logo. The same year, several companies introduced computer system using a Pentium microprocessor from Intel that contained 3.1 million transistors and is able to perform 112 million instructions per second, that is MIPS. Now let's come to the last generation, that is fifth generation, from present situation or present time and beyond. Fifth generation computing devices based on artificial intelligence are still in development. Through there are some applications such as a voice recognition that are being used today. The use of parallel processing and superconductor is helping to make artificial intelligence a reality. Quantum computation and molecular and nanotechnology will radically change the face of computers in years to come. The goal of fifth generation computing is to develop devices that respond to natural language input and are capable to learn and self-organization. Cloud computing. Cloud computing, or something being in a cloud, is an expression used to describe a variety of different types of computing concept that involves a large number of computers connected through a real-time communication network such as the internet. Cloud provides claim that computing cost reduced. Device and location independence enable users to access system using a web browser regardless of their location or what device they use. Virtualization technology allows sharing of servers and storage device and increased utilization. Now there are few examples of fifth generation. Google Glasses, Galaxy Gear smartwatch,